Good afternoon. I'm in a place I've never walked before. Not even sure it's a place I want to walk, but here I am. I had reason to be down this way, and I decided to come a little further north in the warehouse district where I've walked before. So I'm up here north of 4th and east of Broad Street. There's a lot of car dealerships and things along here, and car service. But I'm actually walking east away from that. I'll go over and get on the side with the sidewalks, probably a better idea. And I don't even know what's out here, so we're going to find out. It's perhaps not the most scenic area I've ever walked, but at least it's different. Because if I only walk in the scenic areas, I perhaps give you a false sense of Regina. It is, after all, a city, and it has its industrial areas as well. And this would be one of them. But it does have a sidewalk, so there's that. I don't know what any of these places are. It says Saskatchewan to my left. So it's got something to do with the power company. Over there is the Sears warehouse building I've walked around before. I've never even driven over here, much less walked, so. Those look like transformers and things, so this must be where Saskatchewan stores some of that kind of heavy electrical equipment. Quite a bit of traffic along here. This says Abtech Warehouse 1. Hi, Kirk in Vancouver. A non-scenic area at the moment. Don't think this will be one I come back to very often. This part of town. It'd be really miserable in the winter. It's about 8 degrees right now, so it's not too uncomfortable, but I have been here. Taylor Auto Body. Which car did I have in bring here once? One of my cars, when it had a bit of work need to be done, I remember bringing it here. So I guess I have driven over here once. Twice, I guess. Once to drop it off and once to pick it up. That was years ago. I said I don't even remember which car that was. I think you get to some more residential area, not too far away, but I'm south of the tracks is part of the problem, so I can't get there without crossing the tracks. And there's only some places you can do that, so we'll see how this goes. This is for sale. West Rock, whatever that is. ISC Customer Service Center. Custom Creations Mercenary Auto Care. That sounds threatening. Mercenary Auto Care. All these cars know where they're going, but I don't think I can turn left up here. I think I forced myself to go to the right, because clearly that's where all the cars are coming from. All right, well, this may have been a tactical error. There are these things called maps where you can actually look at where you're walking before you do it. Oh, Jay's Moving is over here. Well, I've used them. Maybe I've been here too. Maybe. Can't swear to it. Can't swear at it. Could just swear, but I don't like to do that. And I know 4th, which is right over there, curves here. So that's clearly what's up here is this kind of dead ground. I don't think there's any way through it for a pedestrian. If there's not for a car, there probably isn't for a pedestrian. I'll just end up in somebody's or on the railroad tracks. That's a railroad track in front of me with no crossing. So we will go to the right keep on the sidewalk here. Won't risk whatever might be down there. Almost looks like you might be able to go over top of the track, but then you might get caught by a fence or something on the other side, so I don't think I'll risk it. It's only been 5 minutes to here, so just turning around and going back could not be a very... Oh, UPS. I've been there. Okay, I have been here. Funny. Nothing looks familiar until suddenly something does. But yeah, I've used the... I don't know what I was shipping UPS or picking up UPS. But I've been to that customer center back there. Well, this road goes through, I think. So I can still go further left here. This is Toronto Street, 711 Toronto Street. Office Move Pro. This over here, this building with the stairs is they train firefighters over there. I know that. I guess that's where they practice running up the stairs in their full equipment. This is a dirt road. Charming. But it does go across the tracks. Probably better off staying on this side of it, though. There's no sidewalk, so... And I'm going to want to turn left up here, not right. See, there is civilization up ahead. Right now there's a certain when will the zombies attack feel to where I am. A slight post-apocalyptic end of the world vibe if you look in just the wrong direction. But up ahead is civilization. And speaking of UPS, I think that's a UPS truck that just came around the corner. I'll walk down here. I don't think it's wet. Maybe a little bit. Could do without the dust. Contacts and dust don't mix well. And sure enough, I now have dust in my eyes. Both of them. See, that's where 4th curves around. This is lumber yard, clearly. Downtown is back that way. Entrance only. I don't wish to enter. Thank you. I don't know what happens if I go down there, if I'd end up on the road or if I'd be trapped. So I'll stick up here where I can see cars moving by. Find something approximating a sidewalk at some point. There's trees. Oh, that's where we are. Okay. There's an underpass here. Is there a sidewalk? Not on this side. There's a path, however. Do I know how to pick the scenic routes or what? Look at this. the very best that Regina has to offer. But at least this will get me past the railroad track, which is what I was most concerned about. I actually think there's a more residential area once you get up here a couple of blocks. It's a far cry from that lovely walk along the creek I took yesterday. Hello, pigeons. This would be Winnipeg Street to our right, I think, unless I'm completely lost. Quite a busy street, as you can see. We'll stay on this side of it. We'll go up here and walk through the Wheat Country Motors. Give them a little free publicity. All these cars could be yours. Also electric cars and golf carts. Is there an actual sidewalk anywhere? Doesn't look like it. See our trailer selection here. Not really interested in their trailer selection. Question is, if I walk this way, can I get out down here somewhere? I hope I can. Lots of pickups for sale. There's a Subaru over there. So we're still kind of in car dealership land here. Still a definite shortage of sidewalks, though. I'll get off of Winnipeg as soon as I find a cross street. Well, there's actually a train on the tracks now. Well, not a sidewalk, but the next best thing. Used cars everywhere. I guess the new cars are on Broad and the used cars are on Winnipeg. Kind of what it looks like. And that's about to... It's crossing the next cross street that I would most likely want to cross. It runs north out of town here, clearly. Just a short train, though. It'll be by in a minute. There's the end. I think that's the bulk food. Oh, maybe that's further up. There's somewhere along here where I bought figs for our wedding. Couldn't find them just anywhere, but we found them in the sort of the central grocery store warehouse, which was up this way somewhere. That might have been it. That might be. Just can't be sure. Okay, well, we're going to the left where there's now more residential stuff. Get away from all this traffic. And there is a sidewalk. Just missed the train. It's still headed up that way. Across the tracks. Now, what road would be on? I'll have to check the, this is Quebec Street, but what's the one I'm walking down? Top of the line, plumbing, heating and air conditioning. Central Mechanical Limited. We'll go up here and do some back and forth. Still not exactly scenic. Just Bins, which is presumably a place that just sells bins, or rents them, I would think. That's a blue building, not much of a sign on it. My eyes, I can't even read it because my contacts got grit in them a little while ago. RJE Canada, I don't know what that stands for. Budget builders, they build budget things. Custom cabinets. Heat and Frost Insulators Union Office and Training Center. Oh, Union Office. It's a nice green building. ANC Blacksmith Shop Limited. Huh. Green City Sports and Uniforms. Glacier Glass. There's a helicopter up there. Don't know if you can see it or not. This is 2nd Avenue, which means the next one up there is 1st Avenue. Well, let's see. 18 minutes to here. I could probably risk one more street, go up to 1st, and then start zigging back and forth. See how that goes. Towing service. Humphrey Window and Door Store. Glad he's got a fence. I don't think he would like me. Did his job. I kept moving. Good doggy. Precision Machine Works. There's never an imprecision machine. Another auto body over here. Re-elect Warren Stanley. Well, that's going back a ways. He was re-elected, but that was some time ago now. The federal election. Auto body. Both sides, the auto body shop. Mr. Reuter Plumbing, I've used their services. FPC Industrial Limited. like a baseball diamond. Is that what it is? It is. It's a baseball diamond. Oh, third. We've already crossed first, of course. We're now going further north. Now, somebody did want me to walk on 6th Avenue North, but that's still too far to go today. Maybe some other time. Yeah, so there's a baseball diamond there, which I had no idea was here. And another one up here. And maybe more over there. There's a school as well, it looks like. So now it gets a little more residential back in here, in between Winnipeg and Broad Streets. Oh, I had no idea there was a baseball diamonds here. Okay, let's go down Montreal. It's suddenly much quieter. Brand new sidewalks too. Smaller houses along here. 50s, maybe? 50s, 60s, I'd guess. Probably when this neighborhood was built. But they must have just recently done these sidewalks. Redone them, I mean. Those are duplexes of some sort, clearly. A couple of somewhat newer houses. Over there. So far, only one check-in on YouTube. Nobody on Facebook. This is an odd time for me to be walking, I admit. Did some nonfiction work today, and there's always a few publishing things. Last night I interviewed Mercedes Lackey, who's quite an amazing author, latest grandmaster for the science fiction and fantasy writers of America, and has 144 books in print. Typically puts out 5 or 6 a year, either by herself or in collaboration with somebody. She's 70, so still going strong. She was great to talk to, and we share a publisher. She's published, some of her work is published by Daw Books, my publisher in New York. It's always like talking to other Daw authors. So that podcast episode will go up in, not this weekend, but the next weekend. Looks like I've got another block to play with here now that I've moved past the residential area. But if I keep going back and forth that many blocks, I'll quickly run out of time and have to just head back. But maybe that's okay. One for rent, newer one. A couple of newer ones over there too. Developers have put in. Well, I could go down there, but I don't know what happens as you turn right down there, if I would find myself trapped. So I think I'll just stick to first here. Go up the block and go up north again. We're working our way down to the traffic light down there, which will then take me straight down Broad Street back to where the car's parked. Well, maybe I'll get a better idea down this alley. I could still duck down. Well, that goes right to the railroad track, so maybe I'll go down there. Actually, not the alley though. I'll go back and go down the street that I did not just go down. I will go down it. I'll turn down Montreal here towards the railroad tracks. Hello. Handsome dog. More fresh sidewalk here. I don't know why there's water on the sidewalk. Sort of water main break, maybe? Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. There's water bubbling up out of the ground there. If it was a little colder, that'd be a big ice problem there. But I guess the one reason not to come down here is no sidewalk again. It's just the road, but it's probably not a much traveled road. It's kind of an alley, really. We'll go up to the next actual road and then head north again. Alley. The next one will be the actual street. A couple of other relatively new ones there. So clearly houses have been built down here in the not too distant past, replacing some of the older ones. Like it looks like a whole row of recently built ones. These are the newer, recently redeveloped over here too. Well, for a minute I thought that was somebody standing there, but it's a, I guess you'd call it a scarecrow. For rent, so these must be rental properties. Look like pretty nice rental properties. That's an interesting one over there. If anybody else is there, Kirk in Vancouver said hi, but that was the only person who's said hi so far. If you're there, say hi. A couple more new ones. It's a little lonely out here. Not my usual neighborhood, so it's that sort of, ooh. What will we find? Already been barked at by one big dog, but fortunately he was behind a chain link fence. Kind of a guard dog, clearly. That one sold, it says. Again, I would say the houses have, quite a few of them have been redeveloped along here in the not too distant past. That one needs work. What's the time now? Well, I can do a couple of more laps up and down, I think, before I'll just have to start back. Now, what does that represent? Doesn't seem likely to be a house. Maybe there's a sign on the front I'll see in a minute. This is 2nd Avenue North again, we're crossing. Does it say? Training and employment. Okay. I think that's the same dog that was barking at me earlier. I'll go back over. I just went over there so I could try to read that sign. Now those are at least 50s, maybe 40s. Those little fellas there, houses. Very small. Brick, always refreshing to see brick. You don't see much of it around here for some reason, compared to some places. There's the same couple I passed with their nice dog. I guess I'll go up another block. Back up to 4th Avenue North again. There's those ball diamonds again. Let me consider the time here. It's about 10 minutes to go up and back. I still got a long way to go to Broad. So maybe I'll just start doing 1 block zigzags here. The blue bins reminds me that tomorrow is recycling day in our neighborhood. This is Ottawa Street. All the streets along here are named after other Canadian cities. We were on Toronto, and there's Montreal, and here's Ottawa. There's the St. John's, Halifax. couple of newer ones over there. I won't bother going down to that alleyway down there either. I'm just going to go back and forth on the blocks on this side of 3rd Avenue North. I confess, this is perhaps not my most fascinating walk. There's a new one, I would say. Quite big. If you hear a clicking sound, that's the microphone receiver tapping against the gimbal. Not much I can do about it. Maybe try to adjust the little, but I don't think it'll make too much difference. Might make it worse. Oh, that just fell down completely. Let's fix that. It's all better, I hope. That would be a bus stop. Again, we're headed to that intersection down there, and then I'll just turn left and walk down back to where I left the car. On the other side of the tracks. When Agribition gets here, I was just thinking, because I was reminded that it's coming, I'll have to go and see what I can do about taking a turn around Agribition. That's an agricultural exhibition, as you might guess from the name. Happens here every year. Now there's probably some sort of admission charge, but I can walk around outside. This one's for sale. Brett Ackerman. I think playing with the mic has made the gimbal more out of whack than usual. I'm surprised how much traffic there is on these side streets. Interesting little yard ornament. I have to change hands. For some reason my hand's getting really crampy. My right hand. Usually it's fine, but another one for sale. We'll just turn the corner here, carry on toward Broad. A little dog. I think Halifax is the next one, if I remember right. Yes, it is. And one block, 2 more blocks, and we're back at Broad. Nice Nice little one on the corner there. A couple of taller, newer ones over here. It's amazing how many infill houses there are, actually. There's a very little original one. It's very typical of this neighborhood originally, I would think. Another little one over there. Even littler than the one I used to live in on Garnet Street, and it was pretty little. First house I lived in was more like that size. A little smaller than that, actually, I would think. I've pointed it out before when I'm on Garnet Street. Oh, supposedly there's a park over here. I like parks. I might go into the park instead of continuing my current route. Can't be a very big park. No, it's not. I don't think there's much point in walking through it, but there it is. Hammerstrom Park. Huh. I did not know that existed. But there it is. This should work out pretty good. I'll go up one more block. And then it's down Broad, back to the cross street where I left the car. Unless I can go further left here now, but I don't think I can. I'll still run into the railroad tracks, so it won't make much difference. Or you can cross here though and avoid the rush. Grocery and confectionery store, old style. Even though it says New Era. It's been a long time since that building was New Era anything. New Era of anything. Yeah, that'd just take me... Well, maybe there's one more cross street now. Okay, let's go down this way then. Just to walk somewhere quieter than Broad Street for another block. Oh, it's nice to have a confectionery right there. Probably does pretty good business just because it's so handy. And nothing else is from out here. Up here. In here. Even the hedges that were the last to have color on them are pretty much barren of leaves now. Good old-fashioned swing on a tree. Should be a rope through an old tire would be the classic, but that works too. A couple of newer ones side by side. Car's about, I don't know, 3 blocks that way, but I can't go direct because of the railroad track. I have to go down the Broad. This is First, which is a fairly busy street. That's why there's so much more traffic on it. That's kind of how that works. Is there more traffic on it because it's a busy street, or is it a busy street? Technically, I guess it's a busy street because there's more traffic on it, not the other way around. It's the traffic that causes the busyness. Unfortunately, this is when I should be crossing the street, and I'm not at the corner, so I suspect I'll have to wait. So Broad Street again and again, more cars. Lots of car dealers along here. Another convenience store over here now, Friends convenience store. So I guess there are convenience stores just as close as the older one over there, but not nearly as much character. Is there a button to cross going the way I want to go? I don't think so. It just changes. It's like an old 7-Eleven, but it's not a 7-Eleven anymore. Maybe a left turn signal I have to watch out for. Yes, there is. And now it's our turn. Heading back to downtown now. The car is the other side of the tracks, a couple of blocks down. Must be on 3rd Avenue South. I think. Unless that street's called something else. Car dealerships, other car-y related things. Auto Direct, used cars, I would think. Looks a little on the closed side though. Driven Automotive. Warranty approved, scheduled maintenance. Regina Mazda over there. Here's the railroad track. Clear of trains. Regina Mazda. And over there, one of these, which one is this? This one or the next one? Was Bennett Dunlop Ford, where I used to sell Volvos. And that's where I bought my first Volvo. And I'm on my second and third Volvo. We liked Volvos after we got one. Didn't know we'd like them until we got one. Bennett Dunlop would be all right, 777 Chrysler. I used to bring my car there because I had a Plymouth. I had a Chrysler Laser, then I had a Plymouth Laser, and then we got the Volvo. And as it turned out, I was still coming down here for service because we got the Volvo in the white building there, back when they sold Volvos. All lit up for the night. And my car is right up here on the street, so we're practically there. So we go by Lexus and Toyota. 777 Chrysler, Bennett Dunlop Ford, Mercedes up here. Whatever your automotive car needs, you can likely find it along Broad Street. So I still ended up a little shorter than I thought. I thought it'd be a full hour. I guess I could have gone one more up and down, but that's okay. Wasn't the most scenic route, that's for sure. Nevertheless, it was a walk, and now I've done it. Here's Toyota, Taylor Motors. And I guess that's where I'll stop. So Thanks for walking with me, and bye for now. See you tomorrow.